Let's sit back in our chair and we'll start with a nice deep breath. Oh my goodness. Shoulders up, back and down. Open your chest. Nice deep breath in, nice and deep and low. And let it out with the. Oh, we can do it down. Nice deep breath in. Fill up your belly nice and low and let it go. That works. Let's do one more like that. Nice big breath in your belly. Fill it all the way up and let it out with the. Good morning, Berlin yogis. Okay, so let's start with a lioness pose. So we're just getting ready, we're just warming up. So the lioness pose is a really nice pose that you can use when you're just feeling yucky, you're just feeling angry, you just want to get it out. So the face is funny for lioness. So the eyes are big, as wide as you can make them. The mouth is open. See all my fillings? And the last part is your tongue, let it out. And then the roar. So we'll take our lioness pause, fill up the belly, and then let it out with the. We'll do it down. We'll do it 3 times. That was practice. Nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath in. And last one. It happens. Okay. Let it out. Roll your shoulders. Open your chest. Make sure you're breathing. And then let's hang your arms and we'll make the circles forward this time. Oh my goodness, I can feel my shoulders having a little trouble with this one. And then release, take your shoulders up, down, and back. And then draw them away from your ears. Try that again with your breath. Up, down, and back. Open your chest. Draw them away from your ears. One last time. Up and back. And then draw them down from your ears. Okay. With your chin back, setting your head on top of your shoulders. We'll just take one hand out to the side, doesn't matter which. We're taking it to the opposite side of the head, and you're just going to guide your ear to the shoulder. No weight, so you're not yanking or pulling, you're just opening. So this arm on the other side, we can bring it halfway up. So not all the way up or all the way down, halfway. Release the arms and release the head. And bring your chin back and set your head atop your shoulders, opposite arm to the other side of your head, ear to shoulder. Other arm halfway up. Point your fingers. Release the arms and release the head. Does anybody suffer any neck? Tight neck, maybe some vertebrae back there.
Just crinkly and crackly.
Lots of crinkling and crackling, and that's okay. So bring your chin back, set at the top of your head, and then we'll drop your chin to your chest. Think about keeping some space there. You don't want to flatten it all the way or force it, just opening the back of your neck. And then we'll lift the chin just a tiny bit until you feel a stretch. We're not going all the way up. The back of my neck doesn't like that. Lots of compression, so we're just lifting the chin slightly and then dropping it down. Again, lifting your chin slightly and dropping it down. And one last time. And then lift your chin to neutral and move your head any way that feels good and right, comfortable. And I'm sure you're going to hear lots of cracks and crinkling. Okay, let's come to the edge of our chair. Why we do that is we take our spine away from the back of our chair so we're supporting our own spine, engaging our core, and it's important. Let's take the arms down, we'll inhale them out and up, and then we'll bring them together up there. And the exhale will bring them out and down. And one last like that. So this time as you draw your arms up, let's interlace our fingers together and then press the palms to the ceiling. See if you can bring together those thumbs and baby fingers. We'll bend the elbows and do a few presses. And then we'll ease the elbows and make big circles over the head. We're all getting heels. And then we'll stop in the center and go in the opposite direction. I have to think about that. That was the way I was going. I just tell people, yoga for the brain, you have to pay attention. And stretch and stretch and stretch. And release your fingers out and down. Let's give the hands a little bit of a shake. And then reach to the back of your chair, open your chest. So this is how the inhale looks. And the exhale draws the hands together in the front and go round through your back. Pull your belly in. So inhaling, reaching back to your chair, open your chest. And exhaling your hands together. Let's do that a few more times. And release the arms, we'll give them a shake. Let's take the arms out to the side and give yourself a nice big hug. Let's rock from side to side. We'll do a little twist. Come to the center. Ooh, that window was open. Looks like a perfect baseball song. Coming to the, maybe. Coming to the center, notice which arm is on top, we're going to switch it up. Nice big hug, rocking from side to side. And twist from side to side. And release. Give your arms a little shake. Let's do something for the hands. We'll just do some open, close, stretch, stretch, lots of space between, a little squeeze. And then we'll make a fist and we'll make some circles round and round. Really feel that. And stop and go in the opposite direction. And release. Let's do the piano. And we'll do sign language number 1, number 2, number 3. This one's a little tricky. 4, 5. Lots of space between. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lots of space between. 5, 6 to the pinky, thumb to the pinky. 7, thumb to the ring finger. 8, thumb to the big middle finger. 9, thumb to the pointer. And 10. Rub your hands together, in between. Forget your thumb. Okay. All right. Let's do something for the hips. So we'll walk our feet nice and wide. My mat's a little off. It feels like one of those days where things are going to be a little off. Well, we're very flexible in this class. We'll roll with it. And we'll keep walking them out through the ankles. Keep walking them in. And then feet are hip width apart. Let's give your right knee a little hug. And a little squeeze. And try not to lose that nice tall spine. And we'll go to the other side. And then with hands on knees, we'll open and close. And then let's walk our feet wide. And with your hands on the underside of the chair or on your thighs, we'll take turns dropping one knee to the center. Those are good chairs for that because they're nice and smooth. Good word. I was going to say slippy. Okay. Knees up. We'll walk the feet together. Let's stretch the right leg forward and we'll add a reach. And then inhale it up and back. We'll go to the other side. And back to the first right leg, add a reach. And back to the left, and add a reach. Okay, let's do a forward bend. So forward bend is contraindicated for anybody who has vertigo, maybe you have some ear issues that would affect your balance, your vestibular, is that it? Just be mindful when we go forward. Okay, so start with the breath in. And we're just gonna glide your hands over your knees and down towards your ankles. Let your head hang if you feel like you can. And then when you're ready to take your breath in, glide the hands up and over and back to seated. So very easy and slow. Start with an in-breath. And exhale forward. Gliding your hands up on the inhale. Let's do it one more time. Exhaling forward and down. And then when you start to take that breath in, use it to draw the hands up and back. Okay. We'll add a little to that. So we will start with the breath. Exhale down to the ankles. With your head hanging, we're going to inhale the right hand up. So decide what you want to do with your head and neck. If you're having neck issues, the safest thing is to keep your chin in line with your chest. If you feel like you want to take it a little further, you can look up at your fingers. And then we'll exhale it down. Using the inhale, lifting left hand. Again, chin in line with chest. Or roll the head to look at your fingers and we'll exhale it down. We'll inhale up. Oop, back up. Sorry. Okay, let's add again. So this time we'll inhale arms out and then up, bending elbows, cactus pose. And then we'll exhale, scooping down, all the way down. Inhaling right arm up exhaling it down. Inhaling, left arm up, exhaling it down, and then inhaling up and back. Hold for a breath. Now let's do one more like that. Start with the breath in. Arms come out and up. Exhale, we're scooping down. Inhaling right arm up. And exhaling it down. Inhaling left arm up. And exhaling it down. And inhale, gliding hands up and over the knees, back to seated, hold for a breath. Okay, let's come up onto the balls of our feet. Stretch the instep a bit. Roll out to the baby toe and into the big toe. And knees to center. We'll come down onto the heels and lift your toes. See if you can put space between them. This is a little tougher than your fingers, obviously. And then we'll roll the toes down as if you were holding something. And then we'll open the toes, lots of space between them. And then roll them down. As if you're holding something, giving them a little squeeze, and then we'll roll them open again. Stretch, stretch. Beautiful. Let's walk our feet together and then roll to the outside edges of your feet. And then feet hip width apart. We'll walk them wide and roll to the inside edges. So if this torques your knee, makes your hip uncomfortable, be mindful and just skip this. And then feet hip width apart, and then together we'll roll to the outside. And then feet hip width apart, we'll walk them wide and roll to the inside. And then feet hip width apart, and we'll take your right knee, give it a little hug. You don't have a clock in your feet. And your left knee, and give it a little hug. It's 9:30. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's stand up. Okay, to those that haven't been in our class today, the chair is always there if you need it, and can always be there if you need it. But you always have the option to do anything without the chair. This is a typical yoga class, but it is for seniors, so I try to give people options. If you choose to do anything without the chair, it's entirely up to you, and I'll try to cue people on along. Okay, let's come into mountain. Spread our toes nice and wide. Standing on strong legs. Lifting up and out of your center. Take your shoulders up, down, and back. Let's take a breath with the arms out to the side. All the way up. And exhale down and down. Just be mindful when we reload that we're breathing down and not at somebody. It's the world we live in. Inhaling out and up. And exhale it out and down. And last one. This time, keep your hands as wide as your shoulders, and we'll just spend a few minutes in a reach. So we're not looking, that's not my phone. If somebody needs to answer my phone. So reaching up through your fingertips and down through your legs. Your neck is soft and easy. And And the next time you exhale, out and down. Let's reach your hands behind your back. I'm interlacing my fingers and straightening my elbows. This allows me to open my chest. And then release and bring your hands out in front. Interlace your fingers and press. We'll inhale it all the way up. Let's release the fingers down behind your back. Straighten the elbows, open your chest. And then release it again. Draw them on in front. Switch it up a bit. So if you regularly go into this kind of, we always kind of do the same thing, but I kind of challenge you to switch it up a bit. So I have my right thumb on top. Try the left thumb on top. If you have the left thumb on top, try the right thumb on top. See how it feels. We'll press and inhale up. And exhale out and down and behind and straighten. Okay. Let's inhale those arms out and up. Interlace your fingers and press. This time we're going to go off to one side. Do the best you can. Feel how one side is light and the other side is grounded. Inhale it up. Opposite side. Feel how one side is light and can open, the other one very grounded, all the way up, and exhale it out and down. Let's add the arms behind, nice deep breath in. Exhale them out in front. Interlace your fingers and press. Bring them all the way up, off to one side. Inhaling up and off to the other side. Inhale them up, out and down. Last one, straighten. Open your chest. And release. Give the hands a little shake. Okay. Let's open our feet nice and wide. And the chair is optional here. You can have it for balance. So feet nice and wide, and if your mat is looking at me, you can choose to be wide on your mat. So let's inhale, one arm up next to your ear, and the other one lines down the thigh. We're opening up the side, really plant your feet into the mat, right? Easy knees, we're not walking them back. Let's inhale up. And exhale down. Other side, inhale it up. And exhale, reach down. Not locking your knees, let's inhale it up. And exhale it down. Let's do one more on each side. See if you can use your breath to inhale it up and then exhale over. And inhale up. And bring it down. Other side. Inhale it up. Exhale it over. Inhale it up. And exhale it down. Let's walk the feet together. And we'll use our chair for a downward dog. Only because it's quick and easy. And getting onto the floor, we will do that too. Standing behind your chair, fingers on the top of your chair, we're just going to walk away. Your legs are nice and straight, however, your knees are never locked down. You just feel this really wonderful opening of your armpits. Feel the muscles in your back stretching, truly a great stretch. As you start to inhale the breath, lift your chest, and we'll walk back into mountain. Let's try that again. Starts with a breath in, and exhale, downward dog. And as you start to inhale, lift your chest, walking back to mountain. Let's hold for a breath. Okay, let's come to the mat. We'll begin in this kind of stick pose, staff pose. So for some, this pose can be challenging, and that's okay as long as you're not in pain. So when we bring the hips out in the front, I have to make sure. I'm mindful here. If this is what's happening, then take a little bit of the intensity out of the angle. Okay, so shoulders up, down, and back. Press through your heels, make your legs active. We'll take the hands on side of each hip and just reach down. So if I were to see you in this pose, I wouldn't really think much was happening, but you can feel all that's happening. Getting a nice stretch of your legs, nice tall spine, reaching down to the floor. And then let's put a little bend in the knee. And we'll just hug your thighs up and underneath. So the idea in a forward bend, get to the toes, it's really about a folding that happens here. And we can make that happen without stretching and kind of challenging your low back. Okay, let's open the feet nice and wide. Do the best you can. Try not to lose that nice tall spine. So we're going to take hands right in the center. Again, make those feet active. Make those legs work. Hands in the center. And then a hand on either side of one knee, doesn't matter what. So again, a lot of the poses, the goal is to get to the toes, but it's really about this folding that happens. So we'll ease up, come to the center, a hand on either side of the opposite knee. Let your gaze be down at your knee. And we'll ease up. Let's bend the knees and bring the soles of your feet together. Go ahead and hold your toes and your ankles. And don't lose that nice tall spine. The idea is that the heels will come close into your groin and that you're pressing, opening your hips and keeping that nice tall spine. Let's bring the knees together, stretch those legs out in front, and give them a little shake. Let's bend the right knee and bring the sole of your foot inside of your left thigh. And if your knee is coming up, that's not a bad thing. It just means your hip is a little tight, my hip is a little tight. We're going to keep the torso forward. So let's put a hand on either side of the knee. Again, we're looking for that folding, right? At the same time, the knee is kind of opening the hip, knee to the floor. Let's ease it up. We'll bring that knee in and then stretch it out. Other side, nice flat sole. into the side of the right thigh. You got it. And you might notice that one knee was almost to the floor and then the other knee is up, and that's just, you know, those repetitive motions, these kinds of imbalances we create in our body, and that's okay. It is what it is. A hand on either side of the knee, activate that leg. Draw the knee in and stretch it away. Let's keep the legs a little straight. So from here, we're going to go to hands and knees. So take your time, decide how you want to do that. So hands and knees, we come into what's called a table pose, right? Our wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We're thinking about, I teach a class of young adults, and I would say, you're having lunch on your back, so you would want to be, you know, that hammock, your spine sinking in. You don't want to be rounded. You try to be as flat as you could. Open the fingers of your hands, big middle fingers point forward. So for some people, I feel like this might not be comfortable because the weight is right down onto your wrist. So if you have wrist issues, just walk your hands a bit forward. Let's press all the way back in child's pose. The idea in child's pose is to create this nice rounding of your spine. But if you bring your head down and your bottom pops up, you're really losing that rounding. So keep your bottom as close as you can to your heels and make the adjustments for your head. I have my fists here, stacked on each other. And when you breathe nice and deeply in child's pose, it works your diaphragm, the muscle of breath. So take a few nice deep breaths in child's pose. And when you're ready, coming out of child's pose, you can come into rock pose, or if this is not going to work for you, the high kneel. High kneel. So they sell these garden pads, right? A little garden pad with a little handle on the end. Those are really nice for yoga. Back in the days when I would travel, I was like a traveling yoga show. In my car, I had mats and blocks, remember, and knee pads. I don't do that anymore. So they do buy these little knee pads. They look like a little flower. You can pop under there. This is really nice. It's a wooden floor. It has some give, so we're probably not experiencing a lot of pain. But you could, I don't know what you're feeling. So if you need to extra cushion your knees, you can always do this too. Just double up your mat. Sometimes that helps. Okay, so we'll stay just a moment in the high kneel. Let's place your hands on your hips, shoulders, up, back, and down. A little space between your knees because we want to, we're grounding, we're supporting your hips. Shoulders up, down, and back. Hands on your hips. See if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then you're going to press your hips forward. See how that feels. So I have my fingers in the front, thumbs in the back. Press your hips forward. Try to keep your head in neutral. This is not really about your head or your neck. More about opening the front of your spine, your chest, and we'll ease out. Let's try that once more. Hands on hips. Shoulders up, back, and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Press your hips forward. And ease up. Okay. Again, I didn't get my phone.
9:48.
9:48. Okay. Let's come down onto our backs. And we'll come all the way down. Let's bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. And let's take your right knee into your chest and extend that left leg long. And Eileen, you can just do the same thing. Right knee into your chest. And then we'll switch it up. Release the right knee and take the left knee into your chest. Extend that right leg long. Release the knee. Let's put the feet on the floor and then we'll walk your feet nice and wide. Walk your knees, your feet as wide as your mat. And then draw the heels back towards your body. So you have a nice bend in your knee. Place your hands on your belly and just drop one knee to the center. And then the other knee to the center. So we're just going back and forth. If this torques your knee or your ankle, be mindful, make adjustments. And you could draw one knee down and hold for a breath. And then draw the knees up and opposite knee down, hold for a breath. Knees up to the ceiling. Let's walk those feet hip width apart and we'll stretch them away. Okay, let's open your feet nice and wide. So lots of space between your feet. And then roll your arms down by your side, opening your shoulders. We're gonna do some snow angels. So just be mindful of who you might be hitting. As you draw the arms up and over your head, we're washing the floor. And then exhale the arms out and down. At the same time, the feet are gonna open. So arms out to the side and up, feet are wide, and then everything comes down. Beautiful. It might be easier for you, Eileen, if you're on the edge, or you're on the edge of your chair.
Yeah.
I would keep your knees bent,
Oh.
and then open your feet. Keep your knees bent, your feet on the floor, and then just open this way.
Oh.
It's gonna be less stress on your back. Beautiful, that's it, exactly. And let's draw the arms out and up over your head. Feet are wide and hold for a breath. Arms come out and down, feet together. Hold for a breath. We're going to spend a few moments in what's called Shavasana. I'm going to come up to seated. You stay where you are. Just lying on your back. Notice if your chin is higher than your forehead when you support your head on the floor. And if you find that to be true, we used to put maybe a block or the pad I was talking about under your head, and it supports your skull so that you can drop your chin just a bit and open the back of your neck. in this culture, our necks are in a constant state of compression. So just think about dropping your chin so that the back of your neck is open. And then draw your shoulders up to your ears and then draw them down and back. See if you can flatten out your shoulder blades. See if you can make them flat to the floor. And when you do that, your chest opens. And then just bring your awareness down into your hips, right? What supports your lowest of back, but your sacrum. So see if you can flatten that bone out. And if you don't know what your sacrum is, it's the last joined vertebra of the back. They're all together in a big triangular shaped bone. See if you can flatten that out. And that helps to support these natural curves of your spine. And then come down into your legs and open your heels just a bit. Not really wide, but just enough so that your feet can roll to the side. And you can let go of any tension in your legs. And then take your arms out by your side, roll your palms up to the ceiling. This just allows your shoulders to open and relax. And we're going to think about breathing into the belly. So making your breath nice and deep. Filling up a glass of water from the bottom up. Close your eyes if you'd like to. See if you can give over breath by breath. Tension in your body, the weight of your body, just give it over to the floor. Take these few moments for yourself. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Nowhere to be. No demands. Some yogis believe that Shavasana is the hardest pose to do. And you can imagine why that would be true. As your mind tells you, let's go, things to do, places to be. See if you can let go of that for a bit. So coming out of Shavasana, we like to kind of wake up the body from the outside.
Hi, Sharon. I don't know what happened there.
Oh,
There was an
that's
issue
okay.
with the yoga, so I just got it back up and running.
Okay. We're gonna wiggle fingers, toes, round your wrists and ankles, bend elbows and knees. Take a moment to roll into one side. That's a really nice way to come back from Shavasana. And as you help yourself come to seated, let the head be the last thing that comes up. We'll We'll attempt to end today's class in this seated pretzel pose. You know what? I think I want to. Oh, no, yeah. It's called Sukhasana, but what do we call it? Easy sitting pose. Easy sitting.
Easy sitting.
Easy sitting pose. It's called Sukhasana in Sanskrit, and the reason why is Sukha means sugar, sweet. It's supposed to be sweet. So for some people, it's not so sweet. So they say there's a rule of thumb. So as far as your knees are up, if you measure the amount of space under your knees, that's the amount you should be lifted up off the floor. So if you came on some blocks or those big, ever see those big kind of tufty yoga meditation mats, people, kind of like a bolster people sit on. They're usually about that thick. So that would be perfect. Okay. So when you're sitting like this and your knees are up, it means tension is being inserted into your hips. So we'll let it go. But I just wanted to do a quick namaste. Hands together, thumbs on your heart. Nice deep breath in. Add a little bow for namaste. And then bring them up here, right? Connecting your mind and your body. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Let's sit back in our chair and sit up nice and straight and tall. Let's take the shoulders up, down, and back. Up, down, and back. And then we'll land them up, down, and back. Give a little squeeze of your shoulder blades. Okay. Let's take the arms down by your side and we'll inhale them out and up. Way up here. There you go, out and down. Use your breath. So if it's too much to go all the way up, you know, your shoulders or whatever, you know, do to wherever you feel comfortable. Okay, then we'll exhale them up. Let's do that a couple more times to your own breath. And one last time. Okay, very nice. Let's roll those shoulders. Big circles, up, down, and back. Big circles, up, down, and back. Let's see if we can go in the opposite direction now. So big circles forward. This one's a little tougher. Right? Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Okay, so release your shoulders and draw them away from your ears. And we'll take the arms out to the side and press through the heels of your hands. Press, press, like the walls are coming in, you're keeping them at bay. And then turn your fingers down and roll them under. Stretch, stretch. Let's try it again. Press through the heels of your hands, fingers up. And then roll them down and draw them towards your torso. Last one, press, press. And down and under. Bend your elbows, release the arms and give them a little shake. And then we'll rock them together between your fingers. Don't forget the top. Okay. So let's open your fingers nice and wide. Stretch, stretch. And then close and open. Do the best you can. Lots of space between those fingers. Good job. And then we'll squeeze into a little fist, and then we'll go round and round, big circles. And then we'll stop and go in the opposite direction around. And we'll release. And we'll bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, and press. Let's lift them up and over if you can. Bends in the elbows are fine. And release the fingers out of the mouth. Okay. Let's do sign language. Sign language. Sign language number 1 is just your pointer finger pressing up. Number 1. Number 2, like the peace sign. 2. And then 3 is a little tricky. So these fingers stay down and your thumb comes out. And then of course 4, thumb stays down. 5, of course, all fingers stretch, stretch, stretch. Okay, now we'll do 6. So your thumb and your pinky. Stretch the other fingers away. Then 7, your thumb and your ring finger. Stretch the other fingers away. 8, your thumb and your big middle finger. Stretch the other fingers away. 9, your thumb and your ring finger. Stretch, stretch. And 10. We'll go through it one more time quickly. So 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, starting with the pinky, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You got it. You can feel it, right? This is a workout. Let's play the piano side to side. I wish I knew how to play.
I wish I was
Yeah. Okay, release your arms, hang them by your side. Draw them out to the side, bend your elbows, cactus pose. Cactus. So then we'll draw the elbows together out in front. Heels of your hands and fingers, do the best you can. We'll inhale. And exhale, close those elbows together, heels of your hands and fingers. Okay, drop the elbows down, release the arms, and by your side. Let's take the arms out to the side, arms facing forward. Give yourself a nice big hug. And we'll rock from side to side. We all need hugs. I need hugs. Okay, so when you settle down in the center, and we'll twist from side to side, and just twist. And come to, I don't know, I think it's Steve. I think it's Steve. Yeah, it's Steve. Release your arms, arms out to the front. Arms facing forward, give yourself a nice big hug. We'll rock side to side. You can join us.
No lock the doors. Just
Okay,
make sure you have everything.
side to side. Okay, we'll do, thank you, Steve.
Thank
Side
you.
to side, twist from side to side. All right. I like these chairs. These are my favorite chairs. They're not anything great to look at, but they're the sturdiest chair. Release your arms, give them a shake. Okay. Let's do something for the hips. So we'll bring your elbows right down here on top of your knees. Yeah. And then just hang everything forward. So fingers hang forward. Rock your chin to your chest. Take a nice deep breath. And then lift the heels of your hands onto your knees to come to seated. Try it again. Nice deep breath in. Bring your elbows forward. Let your hands hang in front. Let your chin drop. And then place the heels of your hands on your knees and come to seated. Last one, nice deep breath in. Bring those elbows onto your knees, hang your hands, drop your chin. And then heels of your hands to your knees and come to seated. Let's move to the edge of your chair. So for you, if you're gonna come to the edge, I would encourage you to use that chair. Because that chair will flip. If you come to the edge, try to come forward in that shape. Perfect. Perfect. So let's put our hands on our knees. We'll bring your belly way down here. Hands on knees. And then we'll press in and lift up. As you exhale, bring your belly way down here. This time I'm going to reach down towards your ankles. And then inhale your hands up onto your knees and we'll press to come up. One last time. Get it nice and full. Draw your hands over the knees down to your ankles. And then walk them up and over your knees. Press in to come up. Let's do a twist. So we'll take the left arm onto the side. You're going to bring it all the way over to your right knee. Put the right hand on top. Sit up nice and straight. We're going to inhale up and reach it back. Do the best you can. Beautiful. We'll exhale and close. And inhale and open. You want to keep a bend in your elbow for your shoulder. See how that feels. Lift the arm up and reach it to the back. Exhale and close. Let's do it 2 more times. And last. Let's place the hands on your thighs and we'll switch it up. So this time the right arm onto the side and bring it all the way over to your left knee. And then the left hand comes on top. You got it. And we'll inhale it up at shoulder height and reach it back. Now, if it's too much for your shoulder, keep a bend in the elbow and only open whatever you can manage. Inhale it back and exhale close. Inhale it back and exhale close. It's not going up any higher than shoulder height, so not up here, shoulder height. And reach back. Very nice. Hands on thighs, we'll hold for a breath. With your hands on your knees, let's go open and close. Open and close. Big plans for Saturday? No. Chores. That's my Saturday. Chores. Chores. Always chores.
Always do. You don't do it, who's gonna do
I know. Feet on the floor. Right knee into your chest. Let's give it a squeeze. Try not to lose that nice tall spine. And we'll switch. Left knee into your chest. Give it a hug. Sit up nice and straight and tall. And release it to open and close. Okay, let's sit back in our chair. Your feet are hip width apart. And you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. So don't get lulled into sitting back in that chair. We're going to support our own spine and stretch the right leg forward. So press through your heel, sit up nice and straight and tall. We'll do a little pointed flex. I wonder if Masako's with us today. And then big circles, big as you can make them, round and round. And stop at the top and opposite way. We have to get back into doing our weights. Remember our weights. And the other side, left leg, stretch it out. Do a little pointed flex. The weights were helpful because we don't go to the floor, so we don't get that resistance. So weights are always nice. And they're pretty easy too if we keep them here, so people don't have to lug them in and out, you know. Big circles, round and round. We'll think about that, how that will work in the COVID climate. Like 1 pound, 2 pounds. Whatever you feel comfortable with. And then release. Okay. Sit up nice and straight and tall. Let's take the right arm out in front and the right leg out in front. There we go. Stretch, stretch, and release. Left leg out in front, left arm out in front. Stretch, stretch. Let's try the right leg out in front, left arm out in front. So opposite, stretch, stretch. And just left leg out in front, right arm out in front. Stretch, stretch. Let's do right leg out in front, left arm out in front, and or reach in that direction. We're almost there. Left leg out in front, right arm out in front. We'll add a little reach, reach, reach. And feet on the floor. Let's take the right leg out in front, and the left leg out in front, and both arms out in front. Good work. Let's do right arm up, right up next to your ear. If it's too much for your shoulder, whatever you need to do. And we'll do right leg, right arm, stretch, stretch. Bend your elbow, bend your knee. Left leg, stretch, stretch. Left arm right up next to your ear, stretch, stretch, and jump. And right leg, left leg, both arms. And up, reach, reach, stretch, stretch. Nice work. Let's come to the edge of our chair. We'll do right knee into your chest. Give it a little squeeze. And left leg into your chest. Give it a little squeeze. Okay. So seated up nice and straight and tall. Let's stretch the right leg forward. Notice I'm pressing through my heel. You know what? I have to put my socks on, and my sneakers on. I'll do that next time. And then we'll bend from your hip and reach to your ankle. Do the best you can. It's always healthy to have a little bump in the knee. So it's not so stressful on your back. And we'll ease back and place the right foot on the floor. Stretching left leg away, we'll add a reach. And when you're ready, ease back. And come to seated, feet on the floor. Let's try that again. Right leg and add a reach. Inhale it up and back. And left leg and add a reach. And inhale it up and back. Do we have any sufferers of vertigo? Does anybody suffer vertigo? Vertigo. All right, we'll do a forward bend. And if you do get that washing machine feeling, it's usually okay. I mean, your brain is getting all this kind of new oxygenated blood, so you can do that kind of. As long as it goes away. Okay, so hands on knees, sitting up nice and straight and tall. We'll start with the breath in. And then we'll just glide your hands over your knees as you exhale your breath. And when you start to take the breath in, just gently walk those hands up and over, and we'll come up to seated. Nice deep breath, not too bad, right? Usually feels really nice. Yeah. Oh, yes, yes. I do know what you mean, yeah. I feel like your hips might, I feel like when I'm sitting for a long time and I get up, I definitely feel my hips are tight. Or that you get, you know, especially if you're on blood pressure medication, that will do that, yeah. Especially if you do it quick. Let's do it one more time. Just glide your hands over your knees. Forward back. So your head is in line with your chest. We're not dropping. As you inhale, we're gently going to walk the hands up and over, coming up slow. We'll take a breath in. And come up nice and slow. Okay. Let's do some poses. Many poses in yoga can be done in the chair. First pose in the chair is downward dog. So I'm going to move halfway back, not all the way back, but just halfway. So I have space to stretch my leg, but then I'm also supporting. Okay, I'm going to stretch one leg and sit up nice and straight and tall. And we'll add both arms, so arms begin down by your side. We're going to take them out and bend the elbows, coming forward just inches. Inhale up and back, and exhale, arms down, feet on the floor. Downward dog. Opposite leg, stretch it out. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. We're going to inhale the arms out to the side, bend your elbows into cactus pose. Next time you exhale, just bring your torso just a bit forward, only inches. And then we're inhaling back and exhaling, arms down, feet on the floor. Let's stretch one leg forward and then the other leg forward. I feel like this floor is nice and slippy, so you can kind of slide one forward and slide the other forward. Let's do it once more on each side. Okay, sitting up nice and straight and tall. I'm right at the edge of my chair so that I have lots of space to move my legs. Let's try a tree pose. So tree pose starts with your feet together and your ankles together and your knees together, and we create this nice tall spine here. So squeeze your knees together and squeeze your ankles together, and then release the effort and let your right leg fall out to the side. So the left leg is nice and straight, the foot is grounded into the floor, but this right leg, I'm just letting it open. So I'm up on the side of my foot, and I'm gonna just bring the flat sole next to the other foot. You can feel that kind of opening of your hip. Okay, so seated up nice and straight and tall. We'll take the arms down by your side. We're gonna inhale them out, bend the elbows and hands together right here in front of your heart. Hold for a breath, feel that hip open. And we're gonna inhale these hands right up and over on your breath. Here we go. Inhale them right up and over into tree pose, and we'll exhale them down. Let's do that again. We're gonna inhale, these hands up and over. And exhale them down. And last one. Inhale them right up and over. This time, let's hold for a breath. And exhale them down. And knees together, feet on the floor. What's nice to do in between is just stretch the legs forward. Okay. Let's bring those feet together and our ankles together, our knees together, and we're seated up nice and straight and tall. Shoulders up, down, and back. This time, it's the left leg that will follow to the side. So this one, this right thigh doesn't move, but this right knee falls right over to the side. And I'm gonna walk my flat sole of the foot right in next to my other foot. Seated up nice and straight and tall, I'm gonna bring the arms up to the side and then right here in front of my heart. And we'll inhale them up. Here we go, use your breath. Inhale them up into tree pose, and exhale them down. Try that again. Inhale them up. And exhale them down. And last one, this time we'll hold it for a breath. Inhale them up. And hold for a breath. Doesn't mean hold your breath. And exhale it down. I think we can sometimes interpret it that way. Knees together, feet together, and we'll stretch the legs forward. And last one. Right, I have bare feet. If you have bare feet or socks, it's a little easier than with sneakers, which kind of give that resistance, right? Okay. Let's bring our feet together, our toes together, those hands and knees together. And this time we're going to cross one thigh over the other. I'm going to cross my right thigh over my left. So if you're looking like this, that's okay too, as long as you're not in pain. No pain allowed.
Not comfortable.
Okay, so you're feeling like a stretch, like a stretch here? Is that what you're feeling? Okay. Well, if at any time you don't, it feels painful, then let it go. Stretch, yeah. That's what they say in yoga, no pain in yoga. The word no pain, no gain is not applicable to a yoga class. Okay, so we're going to sit up nice and straight and tall. And then release, feet down. You can also, just to kind of to stretch the hip, you can cross, or you can, let's see, what else could you do? We're looking for this to go over to the side. I have to think about it. I'll give you a modification. So left thigh crosses over the right. You can also drop knees to the side like that. It looks like they're managing, okay. Seated up nice and straight and tall. Hands on your knees. I always point the toes at the top. And release. Space between your feet, and we'll stretch one leg and then the other. This is another modification for that particular pose. Hip width apart, your feet, and then we'll walk them wide. And then we'll walk them in. And then we'll walk them wide. So gently, with your hands on your knees or holding underside of your chair, whichever feels safer, we'll drop one knee to your chest. This could be another hip stretch where we're opening the side of the hip, and we're also opening the inside of the hip. Full range of motion here. Open. Here we go. And we'll inhale, knees up, walk feet together. Feet up nice and straight and tall. We'll stretch the right leg. Let's add a reach. We'll add a reach. And feet on the floor, just one leg at a time we're going to do. One leg stretch and then reach. Feet on the floor, one leg stretch and add a reach. Once more, one leg stretch and add a reach. Okay, coming up and back and feet on the floor. We'll walk the big toes together, the ankles together, and the knees together. Let's take the left arm onto the side, palm facing forward, and we'll bring it over to the side of the right knee. Beautiful. And we'll bring the right hand on top. We're going to inhale it up and you reach back. At the same time as you reach back, press into the side of your knee to open. There you go. Close. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, up and open, and close. Last one. Up and open, and close. Hands on your thighs, knees, ankles, big toes together. Take the left arm out to the side. I'm going to bring it over here to the side of your left knee. And left hand on top. One said right, left hand on top. We're going to inhale it up and reach it back. At the same time, press into the side of your knee. We're opening and close. Let's do it 2 more times. Here we go. Reaching back and opening and exhale. Last one. Okay, hands on knees, open your feet, sit up nice and straight and tall. Okay, let's stretch the right leg forward, and we'll add a reach. Inhale it up and back, and left side, and add a reach. Inhale it up and back. Let's bring the soles of our feet together and open your knees wide. See how that feels. Don't lose that nice tall spine. Shoulders up, down, and back. As your hips are nice and open. Let's bring the knees together and we'll walk the feet nice and wide. Walk those feet together and walk them nice and wide. Once more, we'll walk them together and walk them wide. I'm gonna grab my phone just so I can see what the time is looking like. Okay. So walking our feet wide, leave them nice and wide. Let's bring the elbows down here onto your thighs and hang out in the center. Sit up nice and let's lift your heart and chest. And then release and round. Drop your head. Inhale, lift your heart, press your elbows into your thighs, open your chest. And then exhale and we'll round the spine. And one last time, lifting your heart, lifting your chest. And then release the effort, and we'll walk the heels of your hands where your elbows were, and we'll walk the feet together. Okay. Let's cross our ankle. So this is a little bit of a modification too from that hip stretch that we just did. So instead of bringing the thigh all the way over to the other thigh, we're just going to cross the ankle. And for this one, I'm allowing my knee to kind of open here. So it's a little more than, my foot is a little more over than just crossed. I'm just letting it happen. I'm letting the hip open. Don't lose your nice tall spine. We're going to take the arms out to the side and bend at the elbows and draw them together. Elbows, heels of your hands and fingers. This is the eagle pose. And when we make our eagle fly, we can open your elbows, your arms, your shoulders, and close them together. Let's do it one more time. Drop your elbows, drop your hands, and feet on the floor. Let's stretch one leg forward and the other leg forward. Okay, feet together, ankles together, and knees together. I'm crossing my left over my right, and just allowing the hip to open. So one thigh and foot grounded so you're not moving. The other one is just out to the side. That knee is open, that hip is open. Don't lose your nice tall spine. We're gonna bring the arms out to the side. Bend at the elbows and draw them together. Heels of your hands and fingers into eagle pose. Use your breath to open your arms and close. Open those arms and close. One last time, let's deep breath in. And let it out. Drop your elbows, drop your arms, and feet on the floor. With a little space between your feet, we'll stretch one leg forward, then the other. We have about 5 or 7 minutes. I thought we could do something for the eyes. I'll really think about moving your eyes in yoga. Okay, so we'll start by just opening your eyes as wide as you can. Right here, George. As wide as you can. Open them as wide as you possibly can. And then gently close your eyelids together and rub your hands. You're going to create this heat. And then we'll take our hands and cup them over your eyes. You're just giving your eyes some soothing warmth. We'll release the hands. And with your face looking forward and your head not moving, we're going to keep it exactly where it is. Look to the right and look to the left. So take turns. Looking to the right, as far right as you can possibly see, and then over to the left, as far as you possibly can see, and then back to the center. We have these muscles in our eyes that don't get a lot of exercise, I'll say. Looking to the right, as far as you can look to the right, and back to the center, and then looking to the left, as far as you can see, and back to the center. Let's do it one more time. Looking to the right, as far as you can see, and back to the center, and then looking to the left, as far as you can see, back to the center. Let's create that heat in our hands. And then cup your eyes and just breathe. And release your hands. And just blink your eyes a few times. And now we'll go up and down. So with your head facing forward, just moving the eyes, we're going to look up, all the way up to the ceiling, and then back to the center, and then all the way down, trying to see your feet or the floor. And then back to the center, we'll look up to the ceiling, and then down to the center, and then down to, and then back to the center. Let's do it one more time, all the way up. We're looking at the light too. And then back to the center and all the way down. Let's create that heat with our hands. And we'll cup our eyes and just hold for a breath. And release your hands. So we'll imagine that there's a big clock as big as the room. And we're gonna look up at the number 12. And we're gonna move through the clock one number at a time. So we'll start by looking all the way up to the number 12. It's as high as you look. And we'll start to move in a clockwise circle to the number 1. And we're continuing to move to the right as we look to see number 2. And then number 3, which is all the way to the right, as far as you can see. Now we're starting to look down at the number 4 and 5. And lastly, number 6, which is all the way down. Starting to move up as you look over to the left and down to the number 7, and then number 8, and all the way to the left is number 9, moving up for number 10, and 11, and all the way back up to the ceiling for number 12, and close your eyes and create the heat. We'll cup our eyes and hold for a breath. Release the hands, and we'll do one more through the clock in a counterclockwise manner. So we will look all the way up at number 12. Remember, it's up as far as you can see. And we'll move to number 11, which is to the left and up. And then number 10. All the way to the left for number 9. Moving down to number 8. And 7. All the way down to the 4 for number 6. Over to the right, number 5. And 4. And 3, climbing up for number 2, and 1, and lastly back to the number 12. Close your eyes and create the heat. Let's cup our eyes, and we'll hold for a breath. Release your hands. Just blink a number of times and see if you feel that your eyes have been worked. You've been moving them. We'll end with a lioness pose. Lioness pose. The eyes in lioness are very big and wide. So opening your eyes as wide as you can. And then your mouth is very wide. You're opening your mouth as wide as you can. The tongue sticks out in lioness, so it's hanging out. Okay, so we'll begin with a breath, and on the exhale, we come into our lioness. These are your paws, my paws. Nice deep breath in. Very nice. Again, nice deep breath in. Last one. Beautiful. I love lioness. I use it when I feel yucky, mad, angry. Let it out. Let's sit back in our chair. I'm just going to check my clock. Oh my God, we're right on time. Sit back in our chair, take a nice deep breath in, close your eyes. Let it out and settle into your chair. Let's do that again. One last time, drawing the breath in. And letting it out. Let's bring our hands into namaste. The thumbs rest on our heart. We'll bring our our hands way up here to our forehead, connecting our mind to our body. We'll add a bow for namaste. Namaste. May the light in me honor that same light in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful Saturday.